get serious for a second. All right, turn the applause off, JR. Thank you. All right, let's get serious for a second. Columbia has been on fire all weekend long. The Mizzou football team said they were going to boycott the BYU game coming up this Saturday. A student went on hunger strike. They wanted Tom Wolf, the president, to get fired. He actually resigned this morning. We have Mizzou alumni. This man played for the Tigers. This man went to Mizzou. This man supports Mizzou like nobody else. Our very own Demetrious Johnson. DJ's actually want to kind of hit me to it, called me, and said Mizzou is going through it right now. And I didn't know what you were saying, DJ. So now, let's kind of get people caught up. Because this kind of exploded over the weekend.
Yeah.
Mizzou is under some real intense racial situations that have been going down. And Tom Wolf, the president, did not react
exactly
either fast enough or accordingly, which led to a student going on hunger strike.
Yes.
Then led to the African-American football players for the football team banding together to say they were going to forfeit the BYU game unless something happened.
Correct.
So, kind of can you give us some insight? How long have these racial situations been going on? Is it just this year? Is it last year?
No.
Has it been ongoing?
It's been going on at least 3 to 4 years up at the University of Missouri in Columbia. The kids, the young black students up there, felt that a lot of racial tension was going on. Things have been said to them, being called the N-word. At one time at the Legion of Black Collegians event, they brought, some white students brought a whole bag of cotton balls and threw it in there to illustrate that black folks should be picking cotton.
Are you trying to say that in 2014 or 2015,
no doubt,
somebody threw cotton balls at black students and to infer they should be picking cotton?
Yes, sir.
You got to be kidding.
No, I'm not. And the unfortunate thing about it is this, is that when they was complaining about it,
to Tom Wolf.
Right, okay. And to anyone up at the university, nobody really took a stand about it. And they didn't even have clauses in the policy about that kind of racial discrimination. Not even on the police department up there. I mean, it was terrible. So the young folks went, another situation happened and continued to happen. And this young man named Butler, Jonathan Butler, he goes and want to talk to them about, do something about it.
Okay.
Go and speak to the president. President Wolf, I guess in his mind, it wasn't that important. And then they had the homecoming parade. A bunch of the black students get out there to try to talk to President Wolf. His car almost run over some of the students. And he was looking like it was not a big deal of what's happening in this situation. Like, once again, y'all screaming Wolf. And now that's what took us up to where we were. The thing is, what everybody needs to keep in mind is this. When the University of Missouri, when they took the position that they weren't going to do anything, I tell everybody, the black athlete in major college sports, they have a lot of influence and power. When the young man, Jonathan Butler, was on that hunger strike, nothing was taking place. It was no story. Until the football team said, we're going to step out, we're going to support him. Everybody in the country got on board.
ESPN, everybody ran.
Everybody.
But, okay, now let me be the A guy.
Let's go.
The A and then the whole guy. If the Missouri football team was in contention this year, as they have been in past years for the SEC crown, SEC championship, would they have decided to get behind this cause? Because right now their season is pretty much done. It's not a good season. Would they be willing to forfeit a game if they were in contention?
Well, let me tell you this.
I have to ask.
I don't know if they did the same thing. I'm hoping they will. But the beauty of it is they took a stand. 99.9% of black athletes won't take a stand. Michael Jordan never took a stand on nothing in his life.
Don't bring Michael Jeffrey Jordan.
Michael Jordan never took a stand.
Got nothing to do with this.
I never took.
He went to North Carolina.
Athletes, but if you look at it, athletes has always been the forefront of changes in everybody.
I understand that.
Okay.
Even LeBron James in Miami.
But you got to take a stand.
With Trayvon Martin and Dalton Hood.
I'm going to say this. I'm hoping that the University of Missouri football players, winning or losing, would have still taken a position.
Okay, but you said this has been going on for a while, so these instances did happen during Mizzou when they were challenging for the SEC crown, SEC championship.
Okay.
And because you know a lot more than Did you let know, DJ?
No, I don't. No, I don't. This is what I'm telling you.
You probably called Coach Pingo and said, homie, what are you doing?
No, this is the deal.
Your program is going to burn around you.
Okay, now, let's put it in perspective of where we are now. Okay, you talking about the young athletes taking a position now.
Okay.
If they were winning, would they have taken the same position? But think about this. There was no hunger strike. There was nobody that stood out and said, I'm not going to eat until this president go. So, there was nobody to ask for the president to leave or resign. So
he's out of a job today.
No question about it.
But here's the question. These incidents that happened. So clearly Mizzou has been covering these things up.
No doubt about it.
They were not becoming public. I don't think anybody heard about cotton balls and being
right. We've heard about it.
But
I've heard about it. And other folks, we talked about it on my Sunday morning show.
Okay, but the national media was not hearing about it.
Well, no, it wasn't no big story to them. You remember the Sasha Khan, the swimmer, the young lady who was swimming and
the accused rape,
got raped and harassed and murdered herself. It's these major universities. They have the ability to cover things up. This ain't nothing new. They do it at all these universities. So them covering it up has nothing to do with the meaning, the movement that was made. Let me tell you what we need to do. We need to embrace and congratulate those young black athletes at the University of Missouri for standing up, taking a stand, because ball players like your boy Michael Jordan don't have the footballs to stand up and do anything. A lot of these athletes, the Charles Barkley and all these guys,
well, first of all,
let me tell you something. They don't take stands. This is the first time college athletes in a very difficult position taking a stance. Boogie, let me say this to you, big dog.
So you brought up Charles Barkley. Charles Barkley's Uncle Ruckus to me.
Oh, yeah,
bringing him up means nothing.
He's a joke. But let me tell you,
Uncle Ruckus. Uncle Ruckus Charles.
But let me tell you who started the movement of power. Northwestern football team. Last year, when they took a stand saying we want to be paid for playing football because we work in a job, they went out and they fought and legally and won the case. So the athletes are looked upon now as working a job.
Look, sports is powerful. Sports is powerful. So where do we stand right now? Is the hunger strike with the student with Mr. Butler officially over?
No doubt about it.
That's over.
No doubt.
So he's got
he's up. He got the guy up out of there.
Okay, so the football team will be playing against BYU.
It may have a long day, but they'll be playing.
But, okay, that's great. But really, how does the racial tensions or the racial events, are they going to do an investigation? Are they going to find the
let me ask you a question.
That threw the cotton balls?
Right.
That did, I think there was something with feces.
Yes,
and all
yes.
kinds. Are they going to find those individuals? Or is this thing now just a done deal because people can play football on Saturday?
No. Let me tell you what needs to happen.
Okay.
Now, what did you call Charles Barkley?
Uncle Ruckus.
Okay. They need to stop putting Uncle Ruckus in these positions of talking about being the one who can bridge that relationship with the black community and the white community. The University of Missouri got to step out their comfort zone and get people in there who they don't feel comfortable with, who'll be willing to tell them the real deal. They get these Negroes in there who's scared to say something.
Where's the dump button?
No, I'm not going to, they get these Negroes in there.
I need my job.
These Negroes in there scared to say something.
No, I understand.
They really got to get people in there, Boogie, like our Sunday morning show with Jeff Rankford and Dave Smith. Two different white guys who are willing to have a candid, hardcore conversation and not be in a position to patronize me and want me to say what you want me to say.
Well, here's what I want to say. Now that the Tom Wolf is out, now the football team's playing, Mr. Butler's off the hunger strike, I want to see somebody brought to some sort of justice. Let's find who these individuals are that created the incident. This team just can't get swept under one, because CNN and ESPN is packing up and going back to Bristol, going back to Atlanta. Hey. So now let's see if some action is really going to.
I agree.
Because the bottom line is, if those individuals are not brought to the forelight, to the light, then none of this really matters.
You know what?
This made any sense.
You're 100% right. Now, actions need to take place.
Yes.
Now, maybe you may not be able to find these people.
You can.
But from this point forward, any incident, let me tell you what I would do. I would make a policy at the university. Any person that commit that kind of crime, I'm calling it a crime, I would ban them from the school, and anybody in their family would never be allowed to attend the University of Missouri. That's in a statement that you truly want to make change, not this old bull crap, watered down, smack you on the wrist and keep it moving. Because you know what? A lot of white folks are pissed off, and they're saying, we're mad that these Negro kids took a position against this situation, which they're making millions of dollars off these kids. That's the only reason why they made that guy Wolf stand down. Because if Missouri did not play Saturday, they would have to play BYU $1 million. That's why they said, hey, man, you ain't worth $1 million. We'll give you about $300,000 to go about your business.
BJ will probably keep this going on Sunday. I'm going to get out of here now. Let's just hope that there is some true follow-up out of Columbia dealing with Missouri.